What's going on, guys? It's your boy JC. I'm on here a little bit early before my guys get on here. I haven't. I want to say first off, I want to say thank you um, to. I know who you know who you are. The people that reached out to me this week, and I really do appreciate it. And if you guys don't know, somebody that was really close to me, like a mother, passed away this week, and I want to say thank you to everybody. Um, what's up, Smitty? I'm just doing something real quick. I want to say thank you to everybody that actually reached out and uh, sent me a message or sent me something cool, like Mr. Smitty. Um, sent me uh, their kind thoughts and prayers. I just want to thank you guys, all of you guys, for that. Um, this is the best way I know of getting that out there. So uh, thank you, because it meant a lot, not only to me but to my family, to see that people actually care. So we appreciate it. Um, so tonight we have our Klliq talk. Right now it's just me and Smitty. I've already sent the invites out, and I know I'm already live, which is kind of weird because I don't do that without the guys. But I really
Wow.
wanted to get that off my chest, and I've been having a rough week, man.
Wow. We love you, bro.
I really appreciate it, man.
You mean a lot to us.
Um, yeah, it's been a little bit of a toss up this week, so I didn't really get our videos watched. I didn't really get my match watched. I had other concerns, but I am willing to talk about some of them, though.
I honestly don't even with with SummerSlam. I don't even remember what we were supposed to watch.
That's what I'm saying. There's a bunch that we were like supposed to watch. Apparently, I was like, I don't know. I know we were supposed to watch the one with Will Smith.
Oh, I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. We were supposed to check that out and watch that. Um, Other than that, I don't know. Like, I don't remember what matches we were supposed to watch. When somebody else hops on, I'm sure they'll tell me. But uh, I did watch
I know
SummerSlam.
I watched them. I couldn't tell you what they were though off the top of my head.
I I couldn't either. My tooth
It's what
still
happens when
hurts.
we take a week off.
I know, right? So yeah, we took a week off, which really messes us up. So, uh, but I know he's not gonna jump on here, but I appreciate Nate shouting us out on his Instagram and his Facebook. What's up, Nadia? Canada
Hey,
hates my
Nadia.
money apparently, because like I cannot get you stuff. I am trying my hardest. Like I even sent I tried to send, there's a place over there by you that I tried to send just a pickup delivery so I could text you and let you know go pick it up. But they don't accept outside the country currency. So I'm like, what the hell is going on with Canada, dude?
They're mad we didn't open the border back up to their people like they did to ours.
I do have her package coming though. I got tired of it and I was like, screw it, I'll pay the postal. Nobody's talking. No Dre. No. I know. I don't know if Robert's going to be on here. Robert's been
Yeah,
having some. Robert's been having some issues with his internet lately, so we're gonna have to excuse him if he's not on tonight. But the punk better be on tonight.
and Dre said he was going to be able to.
Yeah, I didn't understand that message at all.
But
So I started school. Started school this week. Um, Actually, tomorrow is my first day. So Mondays are going to be late Mondays. I know it sucks for a lot of people, but that's what I can do, and I'm sorry. But I mean, we have our few loyal fans and a few loyal people that come in and jump in and say hi to us, and I'm cool with that. Nadia being one of them, she's awesome. Uh, I really want to see. I've got something going right now, and I'm going to see who can figure it out first. Um, but I really want to see get some new content into our channel, um, and see what people react to. I want to know how people react to certain things first. Like I need somebody that's willing to jump on and be like a what's up, brother? Willing to jump on and be like a review for our shows, like our channel, and tell us what we need, what we can improve on. You know what I mean? I'm always open for discussion. So,
Anything I missed yet?
no, I just jumped on here
hey,
early
Ian.
to uh, say thank you to a lot of people who reached out to me this last week. So I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
bro. Love and prayers to you, my family, man. My family sends tons of loves and prayers your way.
I appreciate it. And Smitty sent alcohol.
What better expression of love?
For real.
I mean, I'm saying like that's the best way to say I love you. Sometimes with a bottle of booze.
Uh, Miss Liz and Mr. Smitty.
Booze and snacks. It wasn't just.
Hey, it was snacks. Those
Oh, okay.
cookies are delicious. So, uh,
Snacks too. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Thanks,
I
Nadia.
apologize.
I thought you were talking about my shirt. I was like, no.
I mean, I have an Alpha Club shirt on. I'm gonna be solely, folks, from now on. This will be sponsor Tony Khan sponsor.
I don't know if we're gonna get Robert tonight, guys, because I think he's still having issues with his stuff.
Oh, yeah, because I know he used it with the whole internet thing. So
JC, you can always ask Liz. She'll tell you. She'll tell us right, flat out
Yeah,
what we
I
need.
agree. Like, so what I was saying earlier, Liz, is I need a critic for our videos. I need somebody to go on there and tell us what they like, what they don't like. I need somebody to read the descriptions. I mean, I need somebody to tell me how we can tell us how we can improve the Nerd Dungeon for you.
well, I've been told by Liz and several other people they like my movie reviews. So thank you. I feel very pleasured and pleased by that. So thank you. Hey, I can't help it. They said that my movie reviews are good, so
Hey, if you
I will
got a
take it.
crew, send them over. It's like
Exactly.
That's one of the
I want to
reasons I
make.
love her.
Here's the
She
thing. Is,
pulls no punches.
here's the thing. I want to make the Nerd Dungeon one thing, and I know we talk about a lot, and I really want to do something with the Nerd Dungeon. You know, um, and that's why I enlisted my good friends. I enlisted Smitty. I enlisted Dre. I enlisted Robert, even though he's not on anymore. But I've enlisted these guys to come do what they do best, and that's talk about things that they love, whether it be Smitty's love for art and the toys designing and all that type of stuff, or Dre's love for anime and manga and wrestling and everything that we love all together. Like this is the Nerd Dungeon, people. So I really want to expand on this, and if it's wrestling, we can expand on wrestling. If it's wrestling or if it's manga, we can expand on that. I just want to know what you guys think is the niche of the nerd dungeon.
Oh, and just so Nadia, I agree with you 100%. Like with the way NXT is being definitely written up, I don't foresee the product doing anything because the product was absolute horse crap for watching what I watched yesterday. So,
Well, Vince took over.
well, there was actually I lie. There was one good match on the entire card, and that was Dragunov versus Walter, and
Walter.
that ended in a with which was a little suspect, that ending. But I mean, it was clean, but I didn't like the ending. I think it needed a lot more work, to be very frank. But
And
I still think the pay per view suffered immensely.
let it be known, the market is open on WWE, according to Meltzer.
Yeah, Nick Khan already said basically they're looking to sell. So
So,
it's all they're doing content. They're just looking for content now. So and Wyatt already, from what I heard with Mr. Wyndham, we should be expecting him to make a jump to AEW by Full Gear.
yeah, so is Daniel, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But it was crap on social media. Yes, uh, it was literally crap. I mean, let's get into SummerSlam first. Okay,
Okay, I got a lot of opinions on SummerSlam.
we can talk about SummerSlam. So,
Oh, I got
in my
opinions.
opinion, for SummerSlam, oh, I don't like that. Okay, my opinion, SummerSlam had 3 good matches. That's it.
Okay,
Good,
what three?
not
Okay,
not great.
all right.
Good.
Tell me your 3 matches. I want to hear. I need to hear this because I'm
Sheamus and Damian Priest was a good
okay.
match.
Yes, that was a good hard hitting match.
Um, I thought the Usos and Mysterio did a good match.
Nope, donut, donut on that one. That was terrible.
And I really enjoyed Charlotte's match, or the triple threat.
Okay, that I will give. The triple threat was a solid match because that was actually, I think everybody WrestleMania. I was listening to the when I was taking Lana to school this morning. I listened to WrestleMania, and they said that was one of their matches where it felt like it was an even flow of not
It
letting
was.
any one woman control the match. Like it wasn't like Charlotte dominated or Rhea dominated. It was like each woman was stopping the other woman from actually controlling the pace, and I like that. So yes, I will agree. And Damian Priest probably with Sheamus would be the match of the night. I mean, just because there was no other matches that were worth it. I mean, Goldberg was absolute shit. Um, let's not even talk about Becky Lynch and her heel turn, which is
Oh, that was a
official.
terrible match. That
Oh,
was
and
That wasn't a
BS.
match. That was a smash.
no,
So
Here's the
it was
title.
completely.
Here's welcome back. Here's the title.
I know
yeah,
it's like here, welcome back. We have no. Well, supposedly this is what I heard. They knew 8 days out Sasha was not going to be there. They knew 8 days out. So they knew that if 8 days out Sasha wasn't going to be on the program, to me that was like, all right, you guys know you're going to fill that slot with somebody, but they still played the video. They acted like nothing was going on, which was absolutely stupid. Then they were like, well, Punk comes back on Friday, which I was completely awesome with. Then they're like, well, we got to make Saturday really pop. Saturday has to pop. Becky pops. Becky's pop was good. I would even say it was close to like, here's Punk's, here's hers. But then it's like 20 seconds, a cheap shot, and then some really weird rock bottom because it was not, they called it the manhandle slam, but that was a rock bottom. And then 27 seconds later, she wins the belt. I
she
was
got
like,
permission. The Rock said he gave her permission for that one.
I didn't even realize, but the thing is, I didn't even realize how bad it was. Like, I just stood at the TV shocked. And then I watched Carmella's entrance, and there was dead silence. Everybody was right. They were like, there was nothing. Like
I'll
Carmella
give
comes
you
out.
that, Nadia. NXT Takeover was better than SummerSlam.
Yes.
Yes. Adam Cole and O'Reilly, that was a good match. Samoa Joe bringing back the Muscle Buster when it was forbidden and outlawed, that was awesome.
Well, because of TJ Wilson, because he took him out, broke his neck. So that was not an expectation.
I am going to disagree with you on both of those matches. Because Cole should have won. If his ribs were that bad, there's no reason Cole shouldn't have won that and gotten the second fall.
Well, Cole's also a free agent, so they had to have O'Reilly. They had to have O'Reilly look strong. That's because O'Reilly's staying, which is sad because it's out of the 4 members. Fish got fired. O'Reilly's a free agent, or not O'Reilly. Cole's a free agent, and then you have Roderick, who's doing nothing.
And I understand they're moving Cross up, so they have to get rid of. They have to.
He had to drop the belt.
I understand that, but for most of that, Cross had Joe. I mean, he was.
I don't even think he's
Joe.
going to the main roster, Liz. I think he's done in WWE.
Yeah, he's declared a free agent now. He's free agent.
Yeah, I think he's either going back to Japan or he's going to AEW. One of the two.
He's going with his girlfriend. He's going with Britt Baker. Come on now.
Well,
especially now that Punk's there.
With Britt Baker. He could go to any wrestling agency besides WWE and wrestle alongside his girlfriend.
True.
Well, yeah, pretty much any of them. Any upstanding wrestling agencies.
It's true. See, Walter Dragunov was good, but see, the thing with TakeOver that killed that was that ending. Because all you saw, Dragunov, I mean, I will give that dude his due. He really puts on a hell of a match. I mean, like, that guy was getting his ass handed to him. And Walter and him had a great go back and forth. It was a great match. What I did not like was that constant, like, European uppercut to the back of the neck. And at one point, it just looked like he was, like, trying to put him in a neck submission, but then he didn't put him in a neck submission. And then the minute he yoked him up, it was like Walter didn't even get into the full chokehold, and he was already like, I'm done. And I was like, that ruined it for me.
Yeah, I get that, but when Meltzer says something, I take weight in it because no joke, Meltzer is one of the better reporters out there for wrestling.
Like, well, the only reason he's better is because he's well known and he has contacts in every major company. That's why.
That's why I would trust him.
You know, that's I mean, Meltzer is one of the, the guys. But I mean, like, they were talking, like, Freddie Prinze Jr. talked today about Bray Wyatt and why his character, like, basically why he got written off of WWE TV, and why, what the hell they did with him. Like, that he basically wanted more creative control over his character. Sounds familiar. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Undertaker. If Vince thinks you're good for money, and he'll let you keep your character. If you're not good for the business, you lose your character. And that makes sense. I get that. What I don't like is the fact that we had no opportunity to see the Fiend grow and do what the Fiend could have been. I think the Fiend could have been as big as the Phenom Undertaker if you'd given it like the 10-year run that like Undertaker.
If you would have given him the time as the creepy guy, he would have. But I don't think. Honestly, here's my honest opinion. I don't think WWE has 10 years.
Oh, I said that last time. I already said WWE is not 10 years. If it's going to go to content, it's going to be crap. It's already like people are already jumping ship. Look at Ziggler. Ziggler has no merch on the store. He's in a tag team, the Dirty Dogs, and has no merch on the website. None, zero. That's already dropping signs that like if you're a guy that's been in the company for a long ass time, you were through the ruthless aggression era, and you've been a former world champion twice and multiple time intercontinental champion and a tag champ, and you're still have no merch. You know, guys are making moves. The older guys are making the right moves. Look at Big Show. Look at Mark Henry. Look at Flair. Look at a lot of these legends. Yeah, you could drop money at Brock Lesnar's feet, but I'm gonna tell you like I'm gonna say it like it is. Lesnar ain't saving WWE. They're not. They already said the guy that beats Roman is gonna be the new head of the table, and they can't even put Big E in that position because they don't even feel Big E is ready for that. It's like they have screwed themselves so royally. And this is not my hate for Vince. This is me just stepping back as a wrestling fan and looking at what's going on in the state of wrestling.
But
Like,
here's the thing, okay? Here's the biggest thing. Vince used to be a wrestling fan. He used to be. When it was Stone Cold, The Rock, when it was the Attitude Era, the Golden Era, he was a wrestling fan. He sat at that commentary and he talked about in an interview once how he was in awe of the wrestling. He sat watching his dad do production and he was in awe of his father.
mm-hmm.
What is this? Uh,
Hey,
so I think
honey, I see you dancing.
I think it takes a wrestling fan to be a good wrestling entertainment business owner. Like Tony Khan has already stated he is a fan and he's not like Vince. He's not corrupt.
I
So
don't even think it's corrupt. I think Vince is like it's like Liz said. If you take apart your my anger and the thing that clouds my anger for Vince, if I take that away and I look at the overarching thing that's Vince that I don't like, it's what every wrestling fan says. Like he's trying to erase history. Like they got rid of a sign that was a Raider sign that had the Fiend's face on it, and the guy got into a huge fight with security, and it was a whole big issue. And I was like, well, what the hell's going on? Like, why would you take a sign? It's a sign. Who cares? AEW first came on the scene. It's actually, it started back with Bullet Club. When Bullet Club t-shirts were big and people were wearing Bullet Club t-shirts, they would not allow you into the arena.
right,
I mean, this is huge, huge.
like one of my first events here, I had a Bullet Club T-shirt and they didn't want me to wear it. But to answer a couple of questions that were in the chat, Nadia, I think that indie wrestlers aren't allowed in NXT anymore because Vince took over. I think he's going with the big bad Samoa Joe, the big bad Karrion Kross, and that profile of a wrestler like he usually does, and he's going to screw over NXT, the brand that Triple H built. While Triple H will see is no longer over NXT, he's over NXT UK. So he's over there trying to build that brand, and he's going to move it to Mexico, from what I heard. He's going to have an NXT Mexico, and he's going to try to build brands all over the world while Vince is running this now.
Yeah, but that was what was supposed to happen before COVID.
Yeah, that was 2019. We were supposed to have NXT Mexico already. And then
Yeah.
NXT Japan was supposed to be early 2022 because they were going to have Kairi Sane, Kushida, and Asuka. They were going to have a lot of the Japanese contingent that were here um, present and build the talent over there as the next big thing. Because from what I had heard, they got pushed out in Japan because of Dragon's Gate, Pro Wrestling Noah, a lot of the promotions that work here with the U.S. and a lot of the dojos system. They were basically NXT Japan was going to try to jump in and take over the dojo system and like try to be a dojo that was going to poach talent, and they didn't want to do that. So that's why they kind of put a pause on that.
And yes, Liz, I would agree with you.
I agree
And
with her. What she's saying, yeah.
this is right from especially like when I said, that was what I had heard on a couple of streams, not streams, a couple of videos, um, of that was the former game plan. But yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
nothing we say is here. Nothing we say is going to be 100% because everything changes in ebbs and flows. I mean, like I said, like you said, Liz, I agree with you 100%. Like, I'm a wrestling fan. I read, I read the dirt sheets. I listen to wrestling radio. I listen to the different podcast things that are out there, and I try to assimilate as much information and try to like give an informed opinion, but I will never say it's fact. I'll never say, hey, this is, unless they say like CM Punk is all elite. Like that's when I'm trying to do like what all elite wrestling does. Like they follow that. Oh, we lost JC. Well, okay, we'll get him back. um. Oh no, I to be honest, I don't get mad at anybody. To be very frank, I love you guys' opinions because to me, I think the way we have to look at professional wrestling, especially WWE, um, is we have to look at it in the regards of why the talent's making the shift, what's causing this ebb and flow, and why the forbidden door is working for. Oh, okay. um, we have to look why the Forbidden Door works for AEW and all those companies, why they're working well with it, and they're being very open, they're being creative. Like if you look at it now, Minoru Suzuki is actually going to be here in Charlotte, and I love that because I've never seen him wrestle outside of Japan, and he's doing like a U.S. tour. I think it's like mid September or early October he's going to be here, and I would love to go see him because they're gonna have a meet and greet. And I was like, how many opportunities am I gonna get to meet Minoru Suzuki? He's 53 years old. The guy's not gonna be wrestling that much more longer. I mean, I'd love an opportunity to meet him. So
I'm just walking into the conversation 20 minutes late, so.
well, no, I mean, we're just kind of doing wrestling, a little wrestling talk.
This man, I have the unpopular opinion. He's going to the main roster.
Who's that?
well, and I think that, and
Oh yeah, I don't think he's going to the main roster though.
I do. You want to know why? Because I read. I don't know if I watched it or read somewhere, but Vince and the meeting that him and Vince had went well, and they could possibly, if they were to bring him up, push him to the roof and have him go up against Roman, which I would love. I would love to see him stay. I hope he does, but
I don't think he's going to be on WWE's main roster. Let's just say that.
we'll see. It's like I said, I bring the unpopular opinion. I bring the one that people don't think about.
And sometimes he's right though. I got to give it to
I
Bob.
mean-
He's been right with a few of those unpopular opinions.
I
He's
mean,
gotten.
Cole going to AEW, he's following the herd. He made NXT what it was. Obviously, he's no longer in NXT. But why can't he go to the main roster?
Did you just hold on? Whoa!
Why can't he just why can't he go to the main roster and hopefully they don't screw with him? Hopefully they give him some good storylines to work with.
Did you just say
Karrion Kross, same thing. Hopefully they don't screw him up.
Did you just say Adam Cole made NXT?
Yeah,
No.
I did.
Seth Rollins
All right,
was the very first NXT
kept it
champion, and he
alive.
kicked ass.
Kept
Finn
it
Balor
alive.
Okay,
killed it.
wait, JC, you got to give the dude. First off, we got to be like, I'm gonna take Liz's criticism, and I'm gonna agree with her. We can't automatically jump on Bob's opinion and say that he's wrong. If he
See,
feels that Cole made,
but Dre said everything ebbs and flows. Obviously, Adam Cole did not just burst onto the scene and said, "I claim this land for Adam Cole, baby, and I'm the shit." No,
true,
but in the last couple of years, as people have come and gone, who has been there putting on 5-star matches with people?
That's
Adam
true.
Cole, baby.
That's true. I give
That's
you that.
what I mean when I say he's made NXT. He's Seth and all them built it, but Adam and a couple of other people have propped it up.
Well, even if you still go back,
I don't
Bob.
even know if I would say Seth built it.
Oh no, I would, because you got to look. If you go back, you can go back to like Big E, Jinder Mahal. I mean, there's several guys that were like that really before they. You got to look before the indie talent came in, because see, when the indie talent came in, and when I say indie, obviously I'm speaking in WWE terms of indies, as in like New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor, that sort of thing. Those talented guys came in, and it's like they replaced. So those guys got the shift to the main roster. So I mean, I'm just saying I agree with Bob that, and it's like I said, wrestling ebbs and flows. It will always do that. There will be the high points and the low points. The high point right now for wrestling is that it is CM Punk, Becky Lynch's return. That's like
Acknowledge me.
Moving on to that. This week we had several returns. Whose pop was the biggest?
oh please, we all know. Do we even have to say it? I'm gonna
I
here
don't know.
look
I mean, I
here.
think Punk had the biggest pop because of Chicago, but Becky
He was in his hometown.
But Becky had the biggest pop because the crowd.
I don't know. She got booed after she won. So I'm not gonna. I can't say that. I would say Lesnar. I would say Punk for AEW, Lesnar, because Becky's pop came at a cost, and the cost was Bianca lost, and Bianca, and I know Liz but I know your opinion about CM Punk. I saw it on Facebook. I mean, listen, I agree with you. He could retire, but you know what though? If he's doing what I'm gonna say this, if Punk does what he's saying he's doing, which is gonna help build the talent of the future, then by all means, I can't wait to see his match with Darby Allin, because that's going to be amazing. If he plays the role of enhancement talent to boost these guys and give them the rub, then I'm all for it.
Let me say this. I know a lot of people, there's not a lot of people, there might be a lot of people that don't agree with Punk coming back. Okay, I'm not one of them people. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. If you look at the way that crowd reacted, and I'm going to point out that
crying.
I'm going to point out the crying fan. If you looked at the way that the passion of Chicago reacted to Punk coming back, that was like Jordan-esque. Like it.
Oh, 100%.
That was like, he is Michael Jordan of wrestling to Chicago. So that's
ironically
awesome.
enough, Chicago of all places too. Go figure. The Bulls. But yeah,
people hate working with him. You're right. Because he is brutally honest and he doesn't want to be hurt like a lot of people don't mind, and he's not gonna put up with that shit. Like when Ryback about broke his neck. No, I'm not gonna mess with that.
Oh, and no, you're right too. When people went nuts when Edge came back. I went nuts when Edge came back, and I think that
Edge's entrance at SummerSlam, by far the best thing that happened.
Oh, the
this
Brood
week.
entrance? Hell yes.
Yes.
Yep.
The boom, 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 boom.
The only thing that
boom.
would have made it better is if he came out with a goblet.
I was hopeful. When I saw that, I was like, oh. And then I didn't hear then when he switched to the rated R, I was like, okay, I'm with it. I'm with
I
it.
like that. But by far the best entrance this week.
Bob, let me ask you a question. I want to ask you before we continue this
Are you
thing
sure you want to
forward.
ask me a question?
Yeah, I want to ask you a question.
What you
I
got?
want to ask. No, you and I.
I
Listen,
want to know what
I don't.
I want to know what Bob's comment was.
Yeah,
Unpopular opinion. One more time.
go ahead.
Does yes, Punk returned in Chicago. Awesome pop. But if they were in Peoria, Illinois, never mind. That's too
too close to Chicago.
But if they were in like Tulsa, Oklahoma, would it
Yes,
have been
Tulsa
that big of a
loves.
pop?
I'll say this for a fact: Tulsa loves Punk.
JC would be the only one there in Tulsa cheering for
No,
Punk.
I'm literally.
He'd have a Roman Reigns T-shirt on.
I did have a Roman.
No. He'd rip it off and he had the Punk
Oh,
shirt underneath.
you hear that, JC? Look, you're gonna be like a Hulk Hogan.
I mean, again, I'm happy Punk's back, especially if he's gonna do what he says he's gonna do. I'm glad he got his ice cream bars.
I was gonna say that's the fat kid in me because the biggest thing is I wanted to know what the ice cream bars look like.
But realistically speaking, they manufactured that return to get the biggest pop possible, which is fine. I understand that. You wanna have your best foot showing. But again, if SummerSlam was in the middle of Minnesota, Brock would have gotten a huge friggin' pop. If SummerSlam was in the middle of wherever Becky's from, she would have gotten a huge pop as well. But
I mean, you're right. It's like if you had gone to like Texas, if you had gone to Texas and it was or Miami for The Rock, you would have get a pop. It's exactly Mick Foley. If it was New York, Mick Foley would have gotten the pop. I mean, it was manufactured, and Khan said that he manufactured it on purpose, which of course he's a businessman. Let's be realistic. Liz said it best. Khan may act like a wrestling fan because he is one, but he has pockets bigger than Vince McMahon. So logic dictates he's going to generate a pop. And of course, I was talking to a ton of friends at that same time that Punk was doing his rhetoric, and I loved it. And they crashed Pro Wrestling Tees because he couldn't even get the new CM Punk t-shirt sold out already.
Yeah.
And it's back ordered. So people were like freaking out over it. I'm like, that's awesome. This is what you call generating hype, which we all know they do. They've done it for Stone Cold. They've done it for Edge. They've done it for Cena. Cena did it. Bob, you and I were talking about it during SummerSlam with the new Cena T-shirt.
I was just going to bring up the fact that
that T-shirt was bad.
You can get the Punk shirt anywhere, pretty much anywhere. But if you wanted that cool Cena shirt, you had to drop $1,000 on some NFT. No, it was just.
Well, supposedly
that irritated me because I was debit card in hand. I'll pay $25 for that shirt, get it, and I'll buy it. But I saw that price tag. I'm like, nope.
Well, supposedly they're going to manufacture it.
Sorry, folks.
Well, supposedly they're going to manufacture it as a t-shirt for us to get. But I don't know. I was like, I like it, but then a lot of wrestling pundits were mad because they said that it was a ripoff of CM Punk style t-shirt he did before he left, where it was Super Mario 3, and like everybody got mad about that. So I was like, come on, man, like we all gotta hate. It's a t-shirt design. Like, let's just go. CM Punk, you've officially done something that no other pro wrestler has done. You've crashed the website and sold the most t-shirts in a 24-hour period.
Yep.
Listen, Liz, I don't discriminate against AEW or WWE. I wish WWE was a little bit better. If they want to manufacture their pops, let them do it. I won't tear them down for it. Like when they put Rock coming back in Miami. I was right there for it, and I was like, hell yeah, let's go. But the thing here is they're not doing that no more. Their manufactured pops are not there anymore. So,
First of all, nobody could generate a cheap pop like Mick Foley.
That's true.
Just saying.
Mick Foley's from everywhere.
That's his Foley's
yeah.
And
Foley's a big guy with a beard.
And I'll say this: you had two returns, so you had two big pops compared to one. The problem was they messed up, and they basically ruined the benefit of the pop with Becky with the way they did that match.
100%.
The stare
No.
down and
No.
the suspense build
No.
for Roman and Lesnar and the Heyman background is I think they did pretty well. So the fact that, all right, yeah, you're absolutely right, Liz.
You're right.
You've got one big pop that was manufactured. You've got a double pop that was manufactured. My problem is
that. It's part
you
of
the big pop and then you blow it.
No, they didn't blow it.
I agree. It's part of the story with Bianca. It's the longer story. It's going to play out even better.
It's the difference of writing. They're writing the long game for Bianca, and I get that, Liz.
With the pop on Becky. I love that. I love the fact that I applauded last night or Saturday night when Becky did that. When it was a smash match, I know a lot of people were pissed off. They're like, well, how could you do this to Bianca? Why would you do that to her, the uprising star, for Becky? And I was like, because Becky's fucking awesome, and Becky makes money, and Becky brings in the fans, and Becky...
Rewind what you just said. Becky makes money.
Becky makes money, yes. She brings in the fans. She is an awesome wrestler, not an entertainer. She's a wrestler.
So is Bianca. Give Bianca her due.
Oh, I will give Bianca her due. But the way they're doing it is what they're doing is they're making Becky into a Seth. They're trying to turn them into the heel couple.
Well, they have to because her husband's a heel. It wouldn't work if you're a face and your husband's a heel.
Exactly.
You know?
So I mean,
that I get.
What they
I get that. I feel like everybody that's a real wrestling fan agrees that they could have had it be an athletic match, and then if you manufactured the cheat where she did she did a heel-esque move to win, I would be fine with that because then it would have brought into question Bianca saying, "Oh, you know what? Okay, she outdid me." No, it's like I agree with what Liz said. Sasha says that she's all starry-eyed, googly-eyed. They manufactured that perfectly. As far as from a writing perspective, that was really well done because you saw when she came out, she's like, okay, let's do it. And then pop, boom, done.
Okay. Rebuttal.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Robert. Go ahead. I'm gonna go last on that piece.
All right. Bianca needed to lose. And she needed to quote John Cena, she needed to be embarrassed because she reminds me kind of The Rock when he first came in. Yeah. Rocky Maivia, all smiles and all that kind of stuff. She
Jerry curl.
Embarrassed because you're going to get The Rock now out of Bianca. If they do it correctly and make her a heel in the long run, faces, have their journey to the gold is rooting for them, whatever. But then when they win, you're a face on top, but there's nobody below her. That's why her run was mediocre at best, if you ask me.
You're right. But think about Bailey. Would you just to tag on to what you're saying?
Yeah.
Bailey was exactly what people needed, and that heel turn for Bailey solidified her as a great wrestler because it worked. So you're right.
Bianca needs to marinate on this loss, get that proper heel turn in, and go
Build the
after
heat
Becky.
for it. I agree with you. I like that. Very well said.
Okay, so I've heard this from several different people tonight about it needed to be longer match. It needed to be a longer, give Bianca the respect that she deserved. It needed to be this. It needed to be that. But let me tell you something, okay? After SummerSlam, I looked at Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and every single one was talking about that heel turn. They were saying, "Why, God? Why would you do that?" They got the attention they wanted out of that pop.
Again,
Exactly.
manufactured, like Liz said.
And
She said it best. It was manufactured.
And here's the thing: is it was so popular, they did exactly what they needed to do. They didn't need popular.
Yes, they're getting they're getting the fans riled up on it, but
Zach, I agree, and it was 27 seconds.
I mean, if you're telling me, and I'll go back to the Bailey match, the Hell in a Cell match, where I said Bailey carried her.
Right.
And if you're telling me she's better than Bailey was in that match, and she just took on two people in one night, the night before SummerSlam, she's gonna get snuck in and one other move, and she's gonna be out. Please, now once again, you're disrespecting me as a fan, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, give me a match that's worth, that at least respects me a little bit, or respects the fact, you're going to make, all right, you want to make a rivalry, give her, I have no problem with Becky coming back and, winning the belt. My problem was it was a two shot win.
Diesel.
That's my problem with it.
Here's the thing. That's why I pulled that one up. Okay.
And I totally agree with you on that one, Liz. It was
BS. Yes, but you remember it
because it was bullshit.
I'll go back even further. Diesel, Bob Backlund. 8-second match, house show.
Yep.
Not pay-per-view. House show. I remember that. I still remember that. Not every match has to be 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes to get
a squash.
to get your intended point across.
Hey.
The point is Becky's back. She picked up where she left off. Bianca wasn't doing much with the belt anyway because there was no one there for her to fight.
That's true.
Fighting Mella, so you knock her down. You don't knock her down a peg. You kind of push her to the side a little bit. Let Becky hold the belt for a while. Bianca can, do her thing. Hopefully she does heel. That would be awesome to see because I think, being a face for too long, you get boring. You get played out. Bailey was played out right before she did her heel turn. Bianca was played out, in my opinion.
And when you look at it, like how many guys have done that? Exactly what you're saying, Bob. How many people have done that? Been a face for so long that they get tired and that their shtick. Hogan, NWO Hogan revitalized him.
Yeah.
You look at Bailey,
Roman
revitalized. Anyway, pass on that one.
It's true. It's true.
There's a buzz in my ears. You were saying, Bob.
There will be a point in time when we're back on this channel talking about Bianca's heel turn, where she cuts her hair, the stupid jump rope that she has on her head.
She won't cut her hair.
Yeah, I'll bet
guarantee. I can
I would
guarantee she will not
guarantee
cut
you,
her hair.
if Vince opened his wallet and said, Bianca, look,
Shit,
you're
yes,
going
she
to
will cut her
heel.
hair.
We need you to cut your hair, and you're gonna have a year-long title run. She will find the first barber. Or
She'll
first,
take scissors off his desk and go.
hell yeah,
We all would.
But Bailey was the same way. You know, she had that hair that everyone knew and loved, and that, you know, the stupid inflatables and
Say the way
stuff.
love that.
This is her first title run. It's done. You know, but I'll give her 6 months to a year. She'll be right back up where she was, better than she was before. Not all champions are meant to run forever. Not all champions are going to go out in a blaze of glory. Sometimes you get squashed. Kofi got squashed. Look at him.
I mean, hell yeah! Look,
He's
Kofi,
still-
that's a perfect example of a guy that went 11 years. 11 years. And when you look at it, think about this. How many, and this is, I'm going to be the social justice warrior when I get on my high horse with this. How many guys have you seen that are minorities become heavyweight champion that were not part of the Samoan dynasty? Very few, if any. Ahmed Johnson was never world champion.
Booker, Tony
Kofi, Booker, Kofi,
and Lashley.
That's it. No, not world champion. I'm talking world heavyweight champion.
What's that?
Three. And that says a lot when you look at what these guys can do, especially in the current set of storylines. When you look at what, like, Kofi getting squashed by Lesnar in 8 seconds, 12 seconds. I hated that match, but it gets heat. It generates the heat that for me.
That was
no, Smitty, say it. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. That was another bullshit match, and you're disrespecting Kofi because
I agree.
What? All through the lead up, he's almost beaten him. You got Xavier almost beating him, and now you've got Xavier doing fucking
the water gun.
Yes, which although I loved him coming out awesome. as in tribute to Razor, that part was hysterical, and I loved it. They're and we've had that conversation. They're wasting Xavier.
Oh yeah, you said that you I think you and Bob both agree that he was that you guys see him as a world champion, and I'm not disagreeing, but I could see that too.
That was neat.
The only bullshit part about the Lesnar Kofi debacle is that Kofi never got his rematch,
and they haven't pushed for
the
it
rematch
either.
And had a longer match and he still lost. That's fine. Bianca will get that chance to battle Becky again and go for a longer match.
So
I'm watching wrestling too while I'm doing this. I'm multitasking.
I don't have nothing on right now. I'm scared if I put something on, I'm going to glitch even more.
I don't even know where Kofi is. That's a good question, Liz.
Oh, you haven't seen Kofi. You haven't seen Bailey.
Well, Bailey's injured.
Bailey's
she had a shoulder injury.
Okay.
Was it Friday or Monday? It was Monday. He was there last Monday.
I know Bailey's out with an injury. Nobody knows where Asuka is, and she's not out with an injury. But, again.
There's rumors that Asuka's back in Asia right now.
I mean, I haven't watched her. I follow her Instagram, so I haven't. She hasn't really posted anything.
What do you think of Karrion Kross's gear, Dre?
I feel like Karrion Kross, to be very honest, he's like a wannabe Kratos. I look at him and I feel like it's God of War 4 for PlayStation. I feel like I'm looking at him and it's like, I feel like he's a solid wrestler and he's got decent enough presence that you can make him a very dark character, but his gear has to emulate that for me. I don't want you to be Kratos, be your own wrestler. you know, gear is what makes the wrestler. Like when we see Kofi Kingston come out dressed as like, you know, and their gear emulates the Power Rangers or
Or
the Super
Charlotte.
Saiyans, you know,
Did
or
anybody notice Charlotte's gear at SummerSlam?
Yeah,
no,
Thanos.
Thanos, which is I'm not even going to talk about that.
That was kind
But
of cool.
you know, but look at like Andrade. Andrade comes out dressed as Black Mask. Beautiful, simple, yet it's poignant.
Who
Karrion Cross
who
needs
in your
needs to be
mind?
fixed.
Who in your? I'm gonna go to each of you. Who in your mind has the best tribute gear of all time?
Rey Mysterio,
Which
hands
one?
down. Rey Mysterio, when he's done, when he did the Joker, when he did the Flash, when he did Wolverine, when he did, I can go down the list of every superhero he's done. They look awesome, and he does them at WrestleMania. So they look amazing.
Who do you think had the best tribute gear of all time?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, for me, I mean, what was it? Kofi had the Skeletor
Yeah.
outfit, which
They've done
I thought
Super
was,
Saiyans,
but I mean, like I said,
Mortal
Xavier
Kombat, Power Rangers,
coming out looking exactly like Razor,
and
That
doing the
including the
survey
hair
says, yeah.
and the New Day NDR shirt underneath in the NWO colors. I that one was.
See, just look at the chat though. I mean, Liz, I'm gonna tell you
Phantom
something.
Ray.
I'm not gonna disagree with you, Liz, that I don't love Rey Mysterio. I love him as a luchador because you know he represents lucha libre here in the States, and that was like the first taste that a lot of American fans got to taste lucha libre. But I think that the New Day does great when it comes to like generating like remake of costumes to look awesome. Like when they did the WrestleMania, they came out looking with the power armor for Super Saiyans. They did the Gears of War. They've done Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. They've done
Ninja
Skeletor.
Turtles.
They've done Ninja Turtles. They've done every major pop culture because that's what they're into. But you could tell Rey Mysterio does that too, and he does it to lucha libre, which I think is equally as great because it's part of the culture as well. So
I think the best Mysterio one, that's not my best one, but best Mysterio one was the Joker.
yeah, hands down when Heath Ledger the year that Ledger died and he did the
Yeah.
Joker, that was I think my favorite one too. I think the Flash one was good too because that's the year he won the world title.
I
For
always
it
love
when
that one.
see, and I'm
So,
saying like that, but see that has a memory tied to it, you know. And yeah, Nadia, they did do Final Fantasy. I forgot to even mention that the New Day did Final Fantasy.
King Bob, who had the best tribute gear of all time?
CM Punk. When he paid tribute to the Macho Man.
Yeah, I forgot about
I
that.
didn't even think about that. Good call,
That's
Bob.
a good one.
See, I tell you, he gets you like a ninja. Bob's got to be like a ninja, just like bang, just like he comes out with good ones, dude. Nice one.
I'm gonna say, for me, the best tribute gear of all time was Street Fighter by Young Bucks and Kenny Omega.
Mario Kart.
Yeah,
They did the Mario Kart on the
did
Jera
Mario Kart
Cruise
too.
on the Jera Cruise.
Yeah,
That was hilarious, and that was when
but
they were still
like
Bullet Club.
Kenny Omega looking
Ricochet's
like
had
a
some good stuff
Kuma,
too,
he was
though.
badass.
Liz is right.
Ricochet came out as All Might. Ricochet came out as All Might. He's come out as Nightwing. He's come out as he did do King Ricochet. I'm trying to remember the other ones he did in WWE. I just know the only two big ones I remember him coming out as was All Might and Nightwing. I think he even came out like as Superman or something like that. He had like a logo on his chest.
It is getting very boring to see Charlotte as champion.
Well, she's on TV right now. she's talking, and I could literally be like, "Hi, my name is Ashley, and my
You hear
dad doesn't work here anymore."
I just I cannot wait until the
I
day
agree.
I see on Instagram or YouTube breaking news.
Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair is AEW.
Charlotte Flair is all elite. I do like Zach though.
Could she-
That'll be
Like,
the best day of my life.
ooh yeah.
Could she pull the Alondra? Could she pull the Alondra Blaze and take the title to AEW and throw it in the trash?
Well, to be fair, that belt was just in the dumpster for like a couple of weeks. I'll put it back there.
Mickey James is with her gear. I'm
Not
sorry.
at one time.
Too soon.
Yes.
Too soon.
All right. Moving on. We did have a movie to talk about, but I don't even remember. Like,
It
It was I Am Legend.
It was I Am Legend. We could talk about I Am Legend, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. I've had some issues the past couple.
Well, we could skip it. It was, cheap pops.
What's up?
Let me just say that I actually did watch it, and it's one of my few favorite Will Smith movies.
Let's do that. What's your favorite Will Smith movie?
Ooh, that's
Top 3.
Independence Day. Pursuit of Happiness. And
iRobot.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm torn between I Am Legend and iRobot as the third one, but I feel like I'm missing something, so I'm gonna go back in here.
I agree. So, my wife, we were watching SummerSlam, and does she try to be Harley Quinn? I was like, she's been doing that for a while.
No, it's for me. It'll be Independence Day.
Ali,
Hitch, which is kind of funny, and Bad Boys.
Bad Boys, that's a good one.
Ali is a good one.
Smitty, you got your
I've
thing?
got a
'Cause I need time to
surprising
think.
one.
I'm gonna have to go.
Surprising number 2. So
I'm gonna have to go Bad Boys. I was gonna go Ali,
Mm-hmm.
and then shoot, and I just closed it out. And I'm just like, I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo mine.
Oh,
again.
He was good in Independence Day. I'm not sure I want to say that's my top 3 for him though.
Yeah, if I had to pick top 3, I can give you Bad Boys number 1 because I loved him in Bad Boys. Though, and I'm gonna say Bad Boys is in the trilogy because that was actually wasn't it 4 because they did Bad Boys Forever.
I think it's 3.
Yeah, no, I want to say no. There was no second one was where they were. Yeah,
I think it's 3.
All right, so whatever the amount of Bad Boys movies, I will add the Pursuit of Happiness because that movie made me cry.
Yeah.
I think, and I say that because as a dad, you do anything for your kids, and to watch that scene where he's in the bathroom and he's got to put his foot on the door just so they can have a place to sleep for the night. I mean, that shit just like it hits you in the feels. And to see him eventually become so successful and do everything, it was just, it was a very powerful movie. I will say that I would like to throw in a curveball in there, but I'm gonna probably throw in one that nobody would expect. MIB.
See, I'm gonna throw in one that nobody expects either.
Go ahead and throw it in.
Mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. My number 3 would probably be Men in Black. Number 2, which is the one nobody expects, is Wild Wild West. I really love that one.
That was good.
Okay.
Everybody's like, it's horrible.
Wild
I don't
Wild
care.
West.
I love that one.
The Wild Wild West.
Number 1 is a movie called Focus, where
That's with Margot Robbie.
yeah, where he's the gambler.
Yeah, that's
That
when
one
they tried to accuse him of sleeping with Margot Robbie during that movie because of his whole thing
Well,
with Suicide Squad.
Him and we can't forget
Focus
about
was good.
right.
I like
we couldn't
Focus.
I
We
will
couldn't-
also throw out there the Legend of Bagger Vance.
That's a
Yes.
very good one.
That's
Don't
one of those
forget
movies
Aladdin.
that
You
like
can't-
you kind of scoff at, like, nah. But
Oh, he's
Will's
good at those
performance in
period
the movie is
pieces.
awesome, and so is Matt Damon.
He's good at period pieces like that.
That's the one where he's the golfer, right?
No,
He's
no,
the-
that's where he's a caddy.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the caddy.
And
Golfing
Matt
was
Damon is a
involved.
golfer.
Yes. Golfing was involved in that one.
He caddies the bog.
And
What do you guys think of Bright?
Bright was stupid.
yeah.
Hence why it never got a sequel.
No, it's hitting
it's
one.
cool.
And
Well,
yeah,
we'll
and I
see.
mean, if we're talking about his serious roles, Concussion was also pretty good.
Oh, Concussion was great. And what was the other one? The one where he met the 9 people?
Oh,
Like it was
Is that the 6 degrees of separate?
what?
No, I know which one. Hang on.
7 pounds.
What was it?
Was it 7
Is
pounds?
that Collateral Beauty?
No, it wasn't Collateral Beauty.
No, 7 pounds.
Yeah.
7 pounds. 7 pounds. You're right. That was another good one because those are like those independent films that people don't really like to watch, but they're really well done. And I remember that shit.
And you can't forget Shark Tale.
Right.
I just watched that with Rory the other day. She did not like it.
Oh.
And how can we forget Hitch?
No, we said it.
I said Hitch earlier.
Oh, I was like, Hitch was awesome.
Yeah.
Aladdin was trash.
But-
That
Hey,
was not trash.
you
Dumpster
watch your
trash.
mouth.
You watch your face.
I love
I'm
the
watching
Aladdin.
it right here. I can see it on the screen. Yeah, it was trash.
I know unpopular opinion. We should call that his new channel.
Unpopular opinion.
That's
That
his
is
new.
going to be a new gimmick on the Nerd Dungeon.
Liz, thank you. Rory does have good taste.
So,
And I'm sorry, I have to disagree with JC about Wild Wild West.
That
was a bad.
It was steampunk.
hold on.
No, it was.
Hold on. Snitty, did you like the TV show?
Of course I did. I grew up on it.
That's why you don't like the movie.
That's right, because they killed it.
They didn't kill it.
It's
Just a different rendition.
It wasn't a
It's
good
like,
What?
It's
Wild
like
Wild
Charmed.
West. The Wild Wild West.
See, I still do that. It's like, when in the movie where he's about to get lynched and he goes, I want to apologize. That's how we say hello in my country. Hello, ma'am. My name is Jim. I try to do that with her and she punches me. So
It's funny. I that movie. You can't go wrong with that movie. It's bad, but it's not great, but it's funny.
I'd say it's a really good bad movie. Like he turned down the role of Neo to do that movie.
No, Keanu needed to be Neo. That's like
I know, but
Keanu needs to be John Wick.
He turned down the role of Neo to do Wild Wild West. So it's bad, but it's awesome. All right. So we talked wrestling, we talked movies. What else you guys want to talk about?
We could talk about. let's talk about GameStop for a second. I gotta rant about them.
Mm.
So many of you guys know, for years I gave to the company. I gave years to the company. I worked for them as a manager. I've worked in 3 different states at several different GameStops. So I am very hard pressed to want to ever walk into a GameStop and give them any sort of business because I know what they put the employees through. But a while back, I had noticed that Cincy Nerd had posted a picture of a Sentinel Miles Morales from Into the Spider-Verse. It was a limited edition. You could only get it through GameStop. And I was pissed because everywhere else I looked for it on the internet, you couldn't get it anywhere else. So I was like, all right, barring my gut feeling that I was going to get screwed over by this, I said, I'm going to put the $5 down. So I went in, and the store manager who was working there, he was like, yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it. I said, I've been burned. Y'all don't call me when things come out. The figure got delayed. So I was like, okay, even better. I'm glad it got delayed. I'm waiting. And then I started looking at social media this past weekend, and people are getting their figures. They walked into GameStop. They're like, oh, yeah, I got the call. My figure's in. And I was like, look, and it's on the website. It's on the website. So I get pissed. I'm like, man, the hell? I call the store, can't get through to anybody at the store. No one's picking up the phone. So I go in today before I go pick up Lana from school, and there's some new person working there. And the manager that was supposed to call me is no longer there. So
Yeah, but-
I arbitrarily asked. I was like, hey, do you guys have my Sentinel figure? Did it come in? What's your number? Give my phone number. You go through the whole process. Yeah, it never came in. It's been delayed. How has it been delayed? I pulled up the app in the store and showed the dude it's like, you can order it right now. I can order it right now and have it shipped to my house. How is it delayed? Oh, well, we didn't get ours yet. Every other store in the area got theirs. How did I not get mine? So I blew up. I said, can I just cancel? I had another pre-order for the other Miles Morales that was coming out. That's the Marvel Legend exclusive, the shooting the Venom shock, which I love. It looks great, but I was like, I'm not gonna get it. I'll pay the aftermarket price for it just so I don't deal with this bullshit. The dude was like, I'm a new employee. I don't know how to do this. I waited 20 fucking minutes to have this guy cancel my pre-order to give me my $10 back. Let me tell you, don't shop there, folks. I mean, did I find something that was worth it? Yes, because I just had it here at I found this, which I'm going to resell. It's the gaming greats Cal Kestis from the Fallen Order. It's a repackage of the figure with a bunch of new paint. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll resell that. That looks dope, by the way. And I just think that they suck. It's like, I hate going to stores getting burned like that. It's like,
Yeah,
this is why
GameStop sucks.
it's like, I can't. I'd rather just go to my friends. Like, I feel like I'm always be like, Bob, you see it in the store, just get it for me, and I'll PayPal you the money.
I wouldn't go
JC,
to GameStop either.
but see, I know nobody that
You
wants
see
to.
what y'all did? Y'all started showing shit off. Now Smitty's gonna go get his stuff.
Yeah,
Well, he got stuff. Well, he definitely got stuff to show because
I know.
he went.
We're gonna talk about that in just a minute.
But I was pissed, man. Like, I don't appreciate that. Like, you go in, it's like, and this is not the first time that I've been burned by it. It's like, this is like the 10th time. So yeah, I'm jealous of you getting that Pete done, by the way. I ain't got a front. But he's a basic, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, I want the regular.
Smitty, do we need to buy you a shopping cart?
A shopping cart.
Yeah, just so you can wheel all of your swag.
The grails.
No, I've got to go with the other part of the house because, like I said, like I text you guys, I got home. I was trying to catch up on, SummerSlam and Takeover before we got on.
He's going to the pop wing of the house.
So I had to go to my con backpack, which is in the back of the house to pull these
Those are
two.
beautiful, man. That looks so awesome, dude.
Yeah, they are.
When I saw those
Which-
pictures, those were amazing.
which
We
I
actually
picked
have
up,
something to discuss now, don't we?
which I picked up this weekend, as Liz indicated, at AwesomeCon in DC.
Oh, thank you
So
for my stickers. I gotta
my
we gotta talk about that off of here.
my first con since things have started to open up, and for me it was pretty cool. I would say for me it's been I would say it's like it's a middle-sized con. So I mean I've been to NYCC, which is the biggest con in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Usually attendance wise.
I thought San
And
Diego was.
no, New York
No,
has more people.
Yeah.
because they have more
San
vendors.
Diego is considered the biggest.
California has more people.
Yeah,
No,
but
no,
they
no, no,
don't
no.
sell the tickets. San Diego has like a third of the tickets that New York sells.
Yeah.
And they get more cosplayers that go there. They get more fans, where versus New York gets fans and vendors and celebrities.
And
So
you get
there's
more industry like drops, like show drops at San Diego and news drops at San Diego. San Diego would be the biggest from a prestige perspective, but New York is biggest by attendance.
I agree with that.
And then I've been to like a Wizard Con in Philly, which honestly is a very small, very small con compared to, especially compared to New York, but even compared to Awesome Con, Philly is a very small con. But Awesome Con, they had a good mix of vendors, a lot of different variety of stuff. And I thought they had a pretty good list of celebrity guests coming in.
Let me ask. Joe King made a good point. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I saw that. I was about to say the same thing.
So, how did they handle that type of stuff, COVID in Awesome Con?
Awesome Con, everybody had to be masked.
That's it. There was no was there like sanitation areas and stuff?
Yeah. They had, the restrooms open. They had sanitizers, available at places. But there was no like New York. You're gonna have to have. They honestly for a con, I have to agree. I was rather impressed with.
So I'm glad to hear that they're keeping up with code for that type of stuff. Though I know that they're about to start letting people into football stadiums. They're already starting to let people into baseball stadiums. So we're getting to that point where we're gathering still, but this Delta variant is kind of still out there. So
Well, it's slowing things down significantly because I know that you said it best, like Smitty, you were saying that like between Robert and I'm by proxy by me, we're close enough to Atlanta that like you get Dragon Con, you get several of the bigger conventions that come through, like Galaxy Con was just here about a month ago. And Galaxy Con's a smaller convention by standard, but they I heard were really clean, really good. They had low attendance numbers because of obviously this Delta variant. And I know that I've been hearing from just following the Dragon Con boards that there's a lot of people that are saying that they're canceling a lot of events. They're shifting how things are happening. Things are going to go more virtual. So,
well, as far as and I'm actually on the website right now to pull it up. I know the last I heard is that you had to have proof of vaccination. They also DragonCon in previous years was spread out across Atlanta. So like you go to different hotels and stuff like that. This year they're doing it at the Georgia World Congress Center, so it'll be a little bit smaller, but that'll allow it to be contained to one area. And they have a big show floor. They have a bunch of different theaters for panels and stuff like that. But I mean, as far as I know, it's still going on. It's just you have to have your proof of vaccination, wear a mask, all that kind of stuff.
I know that, like, I'm looking at going to C2E2, and I know that to do that, to buy the tickets, you have to show proof of your vaccination. So that I know that it's going to be kind of, it gives me a little bit of comfort knowing that, because I do have people in my house that are at risk. So to go to something like that, I would be like, I need to make sure that I'm protecting my loved ones.
That's what I wanted to ask too. Like, did you feel like, Smitty, since you actually got to go, how did you feel like actually being there, knowing that in this grand scheme that there's a pandemic going on? But did you feel like that was prevalent to you? Like, was that, or did it take anything away from the actual convention experience?
I mean, other than being, warm. I mean, the mask makes me a little warm, especially if I'm standing or walking. And but other than that, I mean, because everybody was masked, and while it's a medium-sized con, you weren't. I mean, other than when you were waiting in line for, the autographs, I didn't feel like I had people on top of me like you do at New York. So, I mean, I am personally not going to New York Comic-Con this year, just because I didn't feel comfortable with the idea, knowing how many people tend to be at the Javits Center, even on the first couple of days, let alone a Saturday or a Sunday. I'm like, I just didn't want to deal with it or take the chance this year.
I agree.
I'm like, for that size. Liz had been to Awesome Con before. She told me, ahead of time, crowd size, roughly. So I felt a little better about it because you didn't have you didn't have such a mass of people in such a confined space. And as Liz said, I mean, people generally were pretty respectful on space. I mean, even in lines, you had people at least, I mean, it wasn't 6 feet, but I mean, usually you had, a couple feet, people weren't like right on top of you.
I'm wondering,
even waiting to get in. I mean, you had people that had, gaps, in the groups.
That's cool.
You said the mask made you feel hot. I'm wondering if have you tried using a shield instead of a mask?
Well, I mean, I haven't, but I'm not sure. I mean, basically they were saying masks. So I don't know if they would have accepted a shield without a mask. I've saw a couple people that have both.
Okay.
The mask and the shield. So I'm not sure if they would have even allowed that. But like Liz said too, I mean, NYCC, they already put out the announcement. You've got to show proof of vaccination, or if you're a kid under, if you're a kid under, that can't get vaccinated, you got to show a negative test.
They just announced somebody really exciting at C2E2, so I'm excited to go.
Who's that?
Hayden Christensen. Darth Vader himself.
No, that was
no, Anakin, not Darth Vader.
He turns into Vader.
He doesn't. Someone else did.
But I'm excited.
No, I mean, and it was, I mean,
if I go, but we wanted to talk about a little. I mean, I'm glad we touched on that, but what are some differences? We want to touch on the differences between the regions because we all have different regions in our area, like New York, Georgia. I know I've been to Florida. I've been to California. I've been here in Oklahoma, Texas, a little bit everywhere. Uh, Cons are different all over. So, what
That's
are
what I'm
some
hearing.
what are some differences you've seen going from to different cons?
I mean, for me, I've been to cons in Alabama. I've been to cons in South Carolina, and then obviously Georgia. And it's really just the vendors, to be honest. You get some good vendors. Like, I mean, obviously we get, if you're in South Carolina, you'll get Rebel Base. You'll get, the good stores from up there, Plastic Empire. Um, it's really just about the vendors who travel in.
Mm-hmm.
I know with Dragon Con, you've got a huge vendor area. It's like 3 floors,
God, yes.
wall to wall. I mean, you can be there for all 5 days and not even scratch the surface of what you're looking at.
Literally. After
But
going there once, I agree with that.
and for me, I've been to the small cons. My first one was Magic City Con. And with that, it's also the degree of celebrity. Small con you'll get like your Ming Chens and your kind of smaller scale celebrities. I went to Retro Toy Con up in South Carolina. I went to South Carolina Comic Con this year, a couple months ago. And I mean, you had like Lex Luger, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, Lawler, Luger, couple people from like Dragon Ball and stuff like that. And then Dragon Con, for me here, that's where you get your top notch, not really top notch, but you get your upper echelon of people
Tyler
like
Hoechlin, Melissa Benoist, Stephen Amell. You get your big name celebs.
yeah. And then also, going away from the Comic Con, so to speak, you have like Walker Stalker, which is the Walking Dead con, and that you had. I mean, I met Norman Reedus, the guy who played Jesus, Tom Payne, guys like that. So it's just really just vendors, and then just going the tiers, your level of celebrity that you get coming through.
I agree
See,
with that.
for me, it's the venues get bigger and smaller. The different places you travel. Like I've lived in San Diego when San Diego Comic Con happened,
Yeah.
and just living in San Diego, it became even more crowded, and you hated Comic Con. But
I mean, Dragon Con here in Atlanta,
Is that
it's you've got lines of people everywhere, so your pedestrian traffic gets pissed. You have people trying to cross the street and you nearly get hit, stuff like that. But
I've never been to Nerdvana like that, but I plan to go one day. But like I've been to Wizard World, Tulsa. I've been to Wizard World OKC. We've been to Dallas, Kansas City, and every one is different. It's like it grows. Like Tulsa, you could see the markets grow. Like if the market is small, it's going to be a small, dingy Comic Con like Wizard World. Kansas City was a little bit bigger. Then you had Dallas, which wasn't like
everything's bigger in Texas, though.
huh? Well, it wasn't like
Everything's bigger in
SDCC,
Texas.
but it was big. Like they rented out a whole freaking not a stadium, but like a big arena. It was just
for perspective, the World Congress Center is huge, and they take like a portion of the World Congress Center.
I will say the coolest thing about the Dallas one, compared to the other two was that the Dallas one, as you're walking, there's more stuff to do, more vendors. They even have like tattoo artists that are there to do nerd tattoos and for sessions. Thought that was awesome.
First of all, there's nothing cooler than Dragon Con, and Dre can attest to this. There's nothing more fun than walking into a hotel lobby and all you see is cosplayers.
Oh yeah.
Or just having like my experience where you're waiting in line for Harley Quinn for Tara Strong to sign your Funko Pop for your best friend, and then Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum walk up and put their arms around you and don't even know who I am and just start having a conversation about Superman and why Superman's cool and why the Flash is cool. I mean, you have that sort of celebrity where my friend met Steven Yeun. He actually like walked up to him and had a full-on 20-minute conversation with Steven Yeun.
Yeah.
These are things you can do at Dragon Con. Now, mind you, again, Dragon Con is huge, and I will not lie, and I will state this as a adult who never had a problem with crowds. If you have a problem with crowds, you don't go to Dragon Con. You stay away as far as you can.
If you don't like waiting,
you don't go to
Dragon Con. Because literally every panel I went to, and I went for 3 of the 5 days. Every panel was, it's like 12 o'clock panel. All right, great. You get there at 11:50 and you walk in. No. 12 o'clock panel, you get there at like 9:30. And you wait in line for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Dragon Con is the one you go to. Oh, God, yes.
I'm not going to even the stories I can say because I went there with a friend of mine who had just had come out, and he was very much, or I should say she was very much interested in like kind of getting to feel what the convention life was like. And I was seeing somebody at the time. So I was like not drinking or doing anything stupid. I just loved seeing the amount of just randomness of people just like strolling up to their rooms and doors closing. And
Dragon Con is like Disney World for nerds.
It is.
Because you have the food, you have the
Disney World is like Disney World for nerds.
What?
Well, yeah,
I
but
said Disney World is like Disney World for
Dragon
nerds.
Con.
The other unique thing about Dragon Con is it's one of the only cons that allow alcohol throughout the con area.
There's Mardi Gras. There's Standing Automaton.
I was gonna say
those
Texas
two had a baby.
Is
Dragon Con. And it's a 5-day, 24-hour party.
And the thing is, it's an interesting thing because I have traveled. I'm 43 years old. I've traveled coast to coast for conventions. I literally spent, I think, a year in my mid-20s where I was home for 2 weeks combined the entire summer because all I was doing was jet setting back to conventions because I used to live that lifestyle. And that's a lifestyle choice. And I say that very truthfully. If you don't know what it's like, I had friends, I was dating a cosplayer and she needed someone to help. We had gotten press passes. We would do all that stuff and it's fun. The older I've gotten, the more I enjoy the convention in a different light because I would go for meeting celebrities. Like Liz, you said your sister went to Otakon. Otakon's a great convention. I went to Otakon and I enjoyed the living hell out of it. And never ever believed that I would have that much fun. I met at Otakon 1 year. I met TM Revolution, Takanori Nishikawa. And I think that was probably one of the best things I've ever had as an experience. I went to, I'm trying to think. I've been to Big Apple Anime Fest when that was a thing in New York. I've been to New York City Comic Con countless times when I lived up there. I went to, I met Yoko Kanno at Big Apple Anime Fest. I made several friends at Big Apple Anime Fest too. I've flown all the way out to California and I've gone to anime. Oh God, why can't I remember the name of it out there? The big anime convention, Anime Expo. I've been to Anime Expo 3 times, and Expo is amazing. If you want to see cosplayers that step up their game, that is the convention to go to. It is amazing the stuff I saw, and it's such a great experience because it was so different to
That
see
was
West
Pasadena,
Coast.
ain't it?
Levin?
That's Pasadena, ain't it?
No, it that was LA. They moved it. It used to. It was by it was up by Ronald Reagan Airport, the in that area. Then they moved it to LA, and then it stood by Disney for a little bit, and then it moved again. I don't know where it moved to, but I was there when it went from Ronald Reagan, and then it went to LA, and I was there twice when it was in LA, and then I never went back. I mean, they're expensive.
Pasadena's close to Disney. That's why I said that.
Yeah, I just so you guys know, like it's expensive. Dragon Con, I went because a friend of mine was very, very, very nice to me and funded my trip there. Um, but when I went to Expo is expensive. I mean, it's a vacation. If you are looking to do it, it's a vacation because most of those conventions that are far across you're paying to go, coast to coast for, you're paying your flight, you're paying your hotel, you're paying your badge, you're paying food, you're paying for whatever merch you pick up. And like JC said, there is a difference in vendors, and I know Rob said it too. You do see a difference in vendors, and you see a difference in quality of vendor. And I say it like this: living here in or not South Carolina, living in North Carolina as I do now, I've seen vendors that I'm very impressed with because there'll be a lot of guys that'll come out with some really good art prints, and there are some vendors like Rob said, Rebel Base. I love them. They're my peoples. They're my local comic book shop, so I love them. They get great merch and they order stuff that I ask for, so I don't worry about it.
At
But
this time, I'm going to plug that Nate Michaels video because that's where I met him, was at a con, and he does excellent art prints.
You can go to like Dragon Con. I actually met the people that did the lightsabers. They did the Build a Saber. So like you can buy, they have like blind boxes for lightsabers where you pay $75 and you got to a lightsaber that was a different hilt, and then it had a different kyber shard in it, and then randomly you can get one that had a sound effect in it. So I mean,
Kind
there
of
were
sounds
cool.
like Disney.
No, Disney, you're paying $250 for an actual licensed lightsaber. Here, you're paying for a
Replica.
manufacturer, a replica. And I'm not gonna lie and say that it's not a fun experience because we did have fun building them because we got to do that. Also, Dragon Con had a couple of cool panels because I'm a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, so I got to paint miniatures. Like they gave us blank miniatures. You got to pick it, and then you got to go buy paint. They did it like, well, you didn't have to buy it. They had paint there, and we got to paint our own miniatures. So it was a different experience that if you're looking for, you got to know. Going to a convention is like planning a vacation as an adult. When I was a kid, it was all about the celebrities. Galaxy Con this year, I didn't get to go. I would have loved to, but just because COVID, money, time, and being a dad, it changed my whole perspective. Plus, I didn't get my press pass. If I had got my press pass, I would have gone. But I think we can all agree wherever you travel to, pre-COVID, it was very different. And I will say that 100%. Going to a convention pre-COVID, very different experience. I have not attended a convention yet in these times. I do know that, and Smitty will test to this, and the guys know I sent a group message that be safe because I don't want my friend to get sick, and I didn't want Liz to get sick or anything like that. I do know,
This is your friend too.
of course. I'm smart. You friend the wife too, man. You friend the wife or the girlfriend. You don't just friend the dude. The dude's my boy. He's my brother in arms. But Liz is good people too. And you know, just make sure when your friends go, you ask nicely. You ask things nicely. Like when my friends
Well,
used to go to cons, they would be like, "Dre, get me this, get me that." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. If I have time,
I'm that person.
Now, see, now Smitty knows. I asked him. He asked me. He got me the stuff. Me and him are gonna talk so I can send him the money and I can get my stuff.
well, I mean, all right, and I try not to ask because I've been on the opposite side where, I've got, when I've gone to New York, I had a bunch of people all of a sudden, can you give me this? Can you? No, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing
Exactly.
this. If I can, or I can attempt, but I'm not making any promises. And I mean, and JC and Dre, asked me if, hey, can you try for these things? I tried. I did. I text JC. I was like, hey, I met up with her. I met up with Amy Chen. Unfortunately,
I'm cool with that.
Some a-hole the day on Friday bought her out of all of the Wonder Woman comics. So I tried, and I even looked at a couple of the other stalls to, there were, and this was the crazy part. They only had a couple of comic book vendors there. So, I tried finding did any of the other guys have a copy that I could get and then bring back? She's like, if you can get a copy, she's like, I'll be more than happy to sign it.
Oh, guys,
like,
hold up. I'm sorry, Smitty. Look, you get to see both my daughters. Say hi. That's the middle schooler now. That's my middle schooler. And there's my baby.
But like I said, if I can, I will. Dre asked me to see about a poster and some stickers. I got the stickers because I was going to that booth. I was planning on being at that booth anyway. But I wasn't able to get his poster. They didn't have it. But that can get very expensive and very problematic when you're at a con that the size of New York Comic Con, and you're talking about limited edition or limited quantity things, and you're trying to balance friends' request versus
I heard
your own desires.
It's awesome.
I gotta check it out.
I went silent for about 3 minutes on y'all, and y'all didn't realize it.
Oh no, I know you blanked
I
out.
had to watch it.
But Liz and I have gone to an even small, I would say, well, Chiller is probably the same size as the Philly Wizard World one, but it's horror, aimed more at horror. We're looking at possibly going to that as opposed to New York Comic Con in October. But they have a lot. Chiller tends to have a lot more comic artists, and they tend to have what we would consider B-list celebrities or B-movie celebrities.
Hey, B-list is more fun.
It is.
And
I will take them
they'll have some of the wrestlers
of your A-listers.
Zoinks.
But the last time Liz and I went to Chiller, I saw Lou Ferrigno. Elizabeth got to meet Peter Tork. She met Rob Van Dam.
One of a kind.
For me, with the smaller cons, I went to one out. My first one, a friend of mine, she run, did the whole Disney thing with her for a while. She was out there. There wasn't anyone really huge, but I got to meet Ming Chen for a while. There's a couple of guys that were kind of background people, and Guardians and stuff like that I met. It's cool to meet some of the smaller people.
Oh yeah.
My whole big thing with the cons years ago was meeting Christian Kane and the guy who voices Gorilla Grodd. Couldn't do that, if that was Dragon Con. The panels I sat in at Dragon Con, sitting there listening to Sting and Ric Flair talk about wrestling for an hour. That's the best hour of my life, I think. People go to cons for different reasons. I go for the panels, and autographs and stuff like that.
Liz will tell you she hates going to. Honestly, we say we're going to a con together, but half the time I'm in lines for either merchandise or autographs, and she's, I mean, the last New York Comic Con, I think I spent half a day with her out of the 3 days we were there, because I was off doing, those other things where I was trying to get this, that, the other thing. I'm in line to get, Steven Sabat's, signature. Sabat's signature. I'm off, trying to get Billy D. Williams. I'm off trying to get, this exclusive fig pin. I'm off trying to get this, this pop.
That's why when people would ask me about going to cons, I always say check your program, see what's going on, and you can't do it all, but pick stuff you want to do. The bigger cons at Dragon Con, you can't go to every panel.
Yeah, you got a plan.
But, I sat through. Probably 6 panels in 3 days, maybe a little bit more. But again, you take that into consideration that you're sitting there for hours, waiting to go spend an hour in a panel. So that 1 hour panel turns into 3 to 4 hours. You're missing time going on the vendor floor. You're missing your time going on the, going down the row of celebrities and stuff.
And that's where some of the smaller ones you may are sometimes more advantageous, especially if you're looking at panels, because you don't have the same volume of people trying to get into a limited seating.
But with the smaller ones, that's where you want to do all your shopping at, because some of the smaller cons have the better vendors. Like in South Carolina, when I went back in April, they didn't have a lot of panels, but they had good shopping. Like they had good artists, they had good comic book artists, they had good, Funko vendors, they had good, costume vendors. That's where you want to do some shopping, because there's nothing else to do.
Well, also, the one thing I was going to say to shopping at conventions now that's different is the internet. Remember, back about 20 years ago, we used to go to conventions, and it was like we'd fiend to get like, oh my God, I got to get that one piece of merch I've never seen before. Now it's like, I can go online and order it, and it'll be in my house by the time I get back from the convention. Pretty much. A lot of that's changed how we convention go.
All right.
That's true, too.
So,
and for me, I'm going to say I'm looking at the possibility of trying to go to 5 Points Festival in October, which is an art festival.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's a bunch of designer toys.
So,
big designer toy show.
Moving on.
Moving on.
I have a segment for next week's show.
I'll do that.
And that's her segment.
It's the Roman Reigns appreciation.
Actually,
can I be absent for that show?
Here's the thing. So, we are going to watch a match next week. So, here's the thing. Is anybody allergic to pickles?
No.
Okay. All right. So, the losers of this match will have to take a shot of pickle juice. Like, on stage. We'll all watch this match together. So what we're going to do is we're all going to draft 4 superstars, and I'm going to randomly select one of your superstars be in this match. Any superstar you want. AEW, WWE, and we're going to watch this match. So, first person to go, I did a random, I don't know if you guys heard that a minute ago. The random wheel said Smitty. So, Smitty, you get to pick your first wrestler. Any wrestler you want.
It does. Yeah. All right. Any current or any wrestler?
Any.
I'm gonna go Macho Man.
All right. Dre.
I'm gonna go for Kazuchika Okada.
I'm sure I can find that on there. Robert.
Adam
Adam
Cole, baby.
I gotta stick with my guy.
Tina, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go.
Captain.
I'm gonna go with Finn. Smitty, back to you.
I am gonna go Eddie.
Eddie.
Latino. Heat.
Dre.
I'm gonna go with the rated R superstar.
Which version do you want?
The rated R superstar.
All right, King Bob.
Bray Wyatt, the Fiend.
I was about to say you gotta call him out. Which one?
Hang on. Let me in.
I actually have a shirt that says Yowie Wowie.
That'd be all. I like that. I'm gonna go. Shit. Give me Orton. All right. Smitty.
HBK.
Smitty's sticking with his legends.
Hey, why not?
Dre.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Hiroshi Tanahashi. Zach, what is your
I hope I
deal?
spelled that right.
Tanahashi.
Yeah. Bob.
I'm gonna go Seth Rollins.
Ooh,
Which version?
true. I think.
The Architect, the Shield.
I think it's. I think they have like the only one version on that one.
That's
I
fine.
could find somebody else, but I could find another version of them if you want. But which version do you want?
Shield is fun.
Shield.
Sierra Hotel, India, Echo,
Lima.
Delta, Shield. Dun it.
Yep.
Dun it.
I still have them on my desk. On that,
Bump,
their
bump,
Shield dressed
bump.
as.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Jay White.
Haha. King Switchblade.
Diesel.
I'm gonna go Hager.
Ooh. Wait, we the people? He was Jack Swagger still then, not Hager.
Yeah.
Oh, Hager.
I don't know. I know. I was saying that no, when Bob did the we the people. Bob, I'm mad at you because I got addicted to watching. Like I sat and watched one day, like for hours, just freaking old SummerSlams and
Told
old
you.
Rumbles. They're awesome. They're so
Told you.
addicting.
All right. It's Dre's turn.
My turn. I need to pick somebody. He picked Jay White. Shit. Into Jay White.
Will Ospreay.
Good call. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Why do you have to say that?
Because Will Ospreay's the freaking man, and he's actually back, and he's gonna be fighting Shingo Takagi, baby. Let's get it. Unify those belts. Give me a real champ. Even though no disrespect to Shingo Takagi, because Shingo Takagi's freaking awesome, but he's no Will Ospreay.
My turn.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns.
I threw up in my mouth a little bit, Bob,
I had to.
just so JC didn't get him.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't going for him. I have my two WWEs. I'm
John Moxley.
gonna go with Hangman Adam Page.
Yeah, Hangman Page, cowboy shit, baby.
All right.
Yo,
Now,
Bob, I got a figure trade for you. I got to talk about. I got some basics and some stuff I could give you to add to your
Now-
wrestling.
Yeah, because Amazon's running kind of dry with me right
the
now.
type of match we motherfucker, the type of match we will be playing, or they will be
Ron
wrestling in.
Prom
Oh,
Can't
panties.
see it with the backdrop.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to kill that. All right, can y'all see it?
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh.
Yeah. Hell in a Cell.
Extreme rules.
Extreme Rules.
Sweet.
I will randomize these, and we will have several matches. But we'll watch one next week, and the losers have to take a shot of pickle juice. So I hope you guys have pickles,
I
I think I
some
do.
pickles.
or you can get some by next week.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We are going to jump off of here. I appreciate everybody jumping in. Zach, Liz, I seen Nadia on earlier. Nobody actually got the giveaway tonight, so go ahead
It
and
just
keep
rolls
paying.
over.
Huh?
We'll roll it over.
Oh, it's still going.
Oh,
But there's something you got to pay attention to for that. So thank you guys for watching, everybody. I appreciate you guys coming in and spending time with us and letting us talk with each other. This was fun, just bullshit with each other with no agenda.
exactly.
So
Sometimes it's a good thing.
it is, and I appreciate you guys for like I said once again. It's been a rough week for me.
No problem, man.
It's been a
The
rough
family's
couple of
for.
weeks, and you guys have been out there for me. I appreciate every one of you that's sent me a kind message. So, thank you all for watching. As always, peace out.
Ooh, the FBI's here.
Uh oh.